Welcome back to the second video of the series, everyone. Today, we are diving into episode 2 of our series, What is an Elementary Particle? In our premiere episode, we established that matter is everything around us that possesses mass and occupies physical space. To our human senses, the physical objects we interact with every single day feel completely uniform, smooth, and continuous. When you run your hand through water or watch a gentle breeze blow through the trees, there is absolutely no sensory indication that these substances are made of separate pieces. However, as physicists, our job is to look beyond the limits of human perception. Today, we test the profound atomic hypothesis, which states that matter is not a solid, continuous fabric at all. Instead, it is a magnificent cosmic mosaic constructed from trillions of tiny, individual particles called atoms and molecules. To prove this invisible reality, we do not need complex particle accelerators. We can simply look at our immediate surroundings. Consider what happens when someone sprays a bottle of perfume in the corner of a large room. At first, the beautiful fragrance is entirely localized near the nozzle. Yet, within moments, the scent travels across the space, reaching the nose of someone standing far away. If air and perfume were smooth, continuous fluids with no internal moving parts, the scent would simply sit where it was sprayed. The fact that it spreads demonstrates a process called diffusion. The perfume spray is actually a dense cluster of independent fragrance molecules. These microscopic particles are constantly colliding with moving air particles, randomly bouncing around until they distribute themselves evenly throughout the physical space. Let us look at a second undeniable piece of evidence that you can easily replicate in your kitchen, dropping a tiny bit of food coloring into a glass of completely still water. If water were a continuous, static block of liquid, the dye would simply sit on top or sink to the bottom in a localized clump. Instead, without shaking, stirring, or moving the glass, you can watch the color slowly stretch, swirl, and expand on its own. On a microscopic scale, this happens because the liquid water is a bustling metropolis of active molecules. These water molecules possess thermal energy, causing them to constantly slide, jiggle, and slam into the food coloring particles. This relentless molecular bombardment physically pushes the dye apart, proving that liquids are made of active, discrete components. This brings us to one of the most elegant and revolutionary discoveries in the history of modern science: Brownian motion. In the 19th century, botanist Robert Brown noticed plant spores dancing under his microscope, a phenomenon later applied to smoke particles suspended in air. If you observe tiny specks of smoke under a powerful lens, you will witness a bizarre sight. The smoke particles do not float smoothly. They jitter, jerk, and shake in violently erratic, unpredictable paths. For a long time, this frantic dance was a profound mystery. In 1905, Albert Einstein published a historic mathematical paper explaining that the visible smoke particles are being struck from all sides by invisible, fast-moving air molecules. This chaotic dance is visual proof of an active, unseen atomic world. A question I frequently receive from my viewers is a simple one. If these atoms and molecules are all around us, why can we not just look through a standard microscope and see them directly? The answer lies in the fundamental physics of wave mechanics. Human vision relies on visible light, which travels in waves. The average size of an individual atom is roughly 10 billionths of a meter. This scale is thousands of times smaller than the actual wavelength of the light waves our eyes used to see. Trying to view an atom with visible light is like trying to measure a tiny pebble using a massive ocean wave. The wave simply rolls right over it without reflecting. We must rely on their collective physical effects to confirm their existence. The accumulation of this evidence throughout scientific history completely revolutionized our understanding of the universe. It confirmed the atomic hypothesis first proposed by ancient philosophers and later formalized by John Dalton. We now know that every solid object you touch, every liquid you drink, and every gas you breathe is a complex macroscopic structure built from microscopic building blocks. Molecules are groups of atoms bound tightly together, acting as the smallest units of a chemical substance. These molecules are in a state of perpetual, chaotic motion that only stops when matter reaches the theoretical limit of absolute zero. The properties of these invisible particles dictate absolutely everything we experience in our macroscopic world, from the temperature of our coffee to the structural integrity of our buildings. This brings us directly to the grand, big reveal of today's lecture, a concept that fundamentally changes how we view reality. Matter is absolutely not continuous. The smooth, solid appearance of the world around you is nothing more than a sensory illusion created by the limitations of human eyes and hands. In reality, you are living in a universe made of distinct, tiny particles that are constantly dancing, colliding, and interacting with one another. When you look at a glass of water, you are not looking at a single fluid object, but rather a cosmic stadium filled with trillions of individual water molecules playing an incredibly fast-paced game of bumper cars. Accepting this discrete nature of reality is the vital key that unlocks the door to quantum physics. Understanding that matter is made of discrete particles completely resets our scientific perspective. We have pulled back the curtain on the continuous illusion of our daily lives to discover a vibrant, chaotic world of molecules and atoms. But our journey into the subatomic realm is only just beginning. Now that we know these tiny particles exist, we must ask the next logical question. What happens if we break an atom apart? What mysteries are locked away deep inside its nucleus? In our next episode, we will explore the subatomic architecture of the atom, diving into protons, neutrons, and electrons. Thank you for attending today's lecture. Remember to subscribe, drop your physics questions below, and I will see you all in our next episode as we continue exploring the quantum frontier.